Hey, welcome back to Redemption Journey and happy Sunday. I'm Jen and I hope that you're doing great. This Sunday, we are going to be talking about the last 90 days. That is the challenge that kind of prompted me to get back in the saddle with improving myself and just creating new habits and stopping some old habits. So I wanted to break down what this challenge is really quickly for you, share with you a couple of updates, and then that'll be the video. I really would love to hear if you're participating in the last 90-day challenge. You can leave a comment below. You can tag me in a photo on Instagram, because if you're not following me there, I would love to connect with you and chat and cheer you on for the last 90 days. And overall, just have a great time and experience with this challenge. So Rachel Hollis created the last 90 days. I'm not going to take credit for it. To be completely honest, I am probably like her, would be her favorite case study. I'm sure a lot of women would be her favorite case study, but I am very prone to just completely ignoring any type of self-improvement in the last 90 days. Like December 26th, I will start making goals for the next year. And then I'm like, okay, I am going to take on the year. But I love the idea of just start it now. Don't wait, because there's no reason you can't start it now. And why let yourself go over the holidays just because it is Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever it is that you celebrate? So that's the gist of this challenge. There are 5 things that she chooses to focus on. And what I'm loving about these 5 things is that it's propelling me to really address some things that I've needed to work on. So for the challenge, it's called the 5 to Thrive. The first one is to wake up an hour earlier and do something just for you. So my wake up time is 5:40. I am strictly tracking if I get up at 5:40. If I get up at 5:41 or 5:42, I don't actually say that I got up early, even though I'm up, maybe a minute or so after. I have seen huge improvements in everything because I'm getting up an hour earlier. Mornings are not as chaotic. I am being more productive throughout the day because I have time to plan. I'm also going to bed earlier, and everything overall is great. So the very first thing is wake up an hour earlier and do something for yourself. I choose to plan, to read, or to get a head start on some of the chores. So I know that that might not seem like it's doing something for me, but it really is. What I am hoping to do within the next month, so in November, is to take 15 minutes. The first thing that I do after I brush my teeth and go to the bathroom, because let's be honest, I usually go to the bathroom and pee because mama bladders don't hold up, right? So I will go and I want to sit down and read and do a Bible study. I lack in this area a lot. I study the Bible. I will read scripture every day, but I don't do it first thing. And I think that it's interesting, the story of the daily manna when it would come down in the morning. I think that that's kind of like a thing where we should be taking the word in first thing. I may not do the bulk of my studying, but even if I sit down for 15 minutes and just read an app, read a devotional, read through the Psalms or Proverbs. So that is going to be my goal. So that hour is amazing for me. The second thing is to drink water. Stay hydrated. I shared last week that I am drinking 3 of these babies a day, and that is good for me. You're supposed to drink half of your weight in water. Some people recommend 8 glasses a day. I am just what feels good for me and what is the optimal amount for me. And so far, 3 has been what I can actually get in and not feel guilty about. And also what just seems to be a good amount of water for me. The other thing is giving up some type of food. Again, I talked last week about how I am not a huge believer in giving up whole food groups. So I'm giving up chips, soda, and fast food. And I'm doing that progressively through October, November, and December. And number 4 is to get up and move for 30 minutes. Now, again, here is that, like, this challenge I've really personalized. I am moving for 20 minutes this month, 25 minutes next month, and 30 minutes in December. So that way I can kick off January with the habit of moving 5 days a week. I am not moving 7 days a week. Saturday is an active day with my family, so I am considering that my actual movement, and on Sundays I rest. So for me, focusing 5 days a week on actually intentionally moving my body so that it is getting exercise, getting my heart rate up is all that I am doing for this challenge. And then I want that just to stay a habit. 5 days a week, I am intentionally exercising and moving my body. And then the last thing is being grateful. She recommends that you write down 10 things every day that you're grateful for. And I love gratitude. I try to be a very grateful person. For me, I want people to know that I am thankful for them. So I change that, and I am saying thank you 3 times a day intentionally. And, if I have to like go all out and try to find it, I'll do that. But usually I can think of times that I haven't said thank you to my husband or my kids or somebody in my family or at church, and I've just kind of brushed what they've done for me off. I'm doing 3 thank yous a day, verbalizing it or writing a note to them, so that not only am I practicing gratitude, but I'm also trying to uplift and encourage someone else. So that is basically the last 90 days. I have a couple of vlog style captures throughout my day showing you the tracker that I'm using, and linked below will be who actually made that tracker. But I wanted to chat for just a quick second on how to stick with the challenge. I think that this is really, really cool, and I wanted to also recommend this. I found out about this challenge. One of the podcasts that I listen to is a Christian pastor named Chip Ingram. And Chip Ingram has a podcast. It's called Living on the Edge. And at the exact same time that I found out about this challenge, I started listening to this series that he's doing called Transformation. And this challenge and this podcast have lined up perfectly, so much that I believe that it was God's divine power saying that you are ready for change. You need to hear both of these things, and they're going to propel you to make the life change that you need. So Chip Ingram's series is, I believe, 12 episodes. They're about 25 minutes, and I listen to them when I walk in the morning. And I'm going to continue listening to these because I want to re-listen and take a little bit better notes, and I want to include the scripture and read the scripture as well. So I think for this next 90 days, I'm just going to redo the series because I think God can speak to you anytime. Even if you've heard this verse 1,000 times, God can talk to you through that. So I'm going to redo this series while I'm doing the last 90 days. All of his podcasts can be found either Living on the Edge or through any podcast platform that you listen to. But I would highly recommend you go and listen to it. So sticking with this last 90 days and listening to this has been what has propelled me to stay with the challenge. Because honestly, I think I probably would have given up on it a week in if I wasn't listening to something in the Word as well. So I would highly recommend that you do these 2 things together. I don't think you can go wrong when you're backing up transformation and change in your life with the Bible, and you have a group of people online that are trying to better themselves as well. So I'm going to leave the links to all of that below. Try the last 90 days. And if you don't think you can do the last 90 days, then try the last 30 days. Try the last 60, 45, however you want to do it. But just try it if you think that you're in a place where you're ready for transformation in that respect. Here's the thing that I've learned is that I would have probably tried to do this last year and not have been ready because I wasn't done healing from things that have happened. I wasn't done figuring out paths that I needed to be on. I wasn't in a good relationship with people that I should have been in a good relationship with. So while you need to work on yourself first, I don't know that you can go and change the way that you want unless you're ready. And that is what I'm learning through this challenge, is that, yeah, I could have forced myself to do all of these things for 90 days. I could have maybe even created some of those habits, but my mind wasn't where it needed to be. So when my heart changes, my mind changes, and that is really important to know. So don't get down on yourself if you're like, I can never seem to stick with a change. Well, is your heart behind it? If your heart isn't behind the change, it's not going to help transform your mind, and you are going to be stuck in a circle. And you're going to come right back to these bad behaviors because you are doing it for the wrong reason. I hope that that makes sense. I hope that that's not hard to hear. I wanted the superficial changes all of my life, right? I want to be able to drink water, eat healthy, look good, have wonderful relationships. But I wanted them because I know that's what I was supposed to have. I never wanted it because I was ready. I never was ready for it. I needed to have just a huge heart change and mind shift change. The last 90 days with this transformation series by Chip Ingram and the community at my local church has just, I mean, all of this together, I am just sometimes so amazed at how God's timing is perfect and how our timing just, we will never get it right. And, you know, again, heart truths, but we just sometimes don't get it right. We want to push it or we want to lag behind. So right now is it. I'm fully embracing all of the changes that I am on that journey of, and I'm excited to share it with you and cheer you on. So let me know again if you are participating in the last 90 days. If you listen to the Chip Ingram podcast and series, please let me know what you think of it, how it maybe impacted you, because it has truly impacted me. Me and my husband are actually going to get the DVD and the study guide, and we are going to sit down and do it together because I think it's going to be an amazing way to work on our marriage. And then I'm praying about opening up and doing a small group from our church with this study. I would highly recommend you guys do it, listen to it, pray about it. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you stick around, and I upload videos every Sunday, 6 a.m. You can catch me on Instagram as well, or Facebook. I do have a Facebook. Thank you all for watching. Stick around for a couple of vlog clips, and I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye. So it has been 23 days since the last 90-day challenge has started, and this is like how I just am today because I didn't follow through. I'm not feeling super hot. I told that to my 6-year-old who's like, Mom, you're not supposed to feel hot. And I was like, oh, okay, great. I'm not feeling good. But I started on October the 6th, and today is the 23rd. So I've been doing this for like 18 days. This challenge has probably been the only challenge, and I think I've said this more than once, that I've stuck with. And I'm thinking it's because it's things that I've wanted to always implement, but maybe I'm just finally in that mindset to implement it. The other thing is that I know that there are the benefits to sticking with this are amazing. So I'm thinking that might have something to do with it. Another thing that I am doing throughout this is using all of these wonderful like little 5 things to propel my relationships and my faith walk and everything else. So I am just really, I don't know, I'm just really loving this challenge, and I think it's going to be wonderful, and I can't wait to see at the end of this year where I'm at. Since I was doing the last 90 days, I was following the hashtag Last90days on Instagram, and I found this free tracker for the 90 days. And I think it's pretty amazing, and I will link in the description box below, and also on Instagram. I already have her tagged in this, so if you want to follow me over on Instagram, you can. The lady that made this, it's a free download and you can print it, and I absolutely love it. But this is basically how I'm tracking the 5, Rachel Hollis calls it the 5 to Thrive. And basically I started on October the 6th, so that's why these are grayed out. And then the gratitude, I was having a difficulty deciding what I wanted to do. So I started that on the 16th. And I color it in if it's done, and I X it out if it's not done. Something you'll probably see is that my workout, I don't work out on the weekends, so I do a 20-minute walk 5 times a week. And then in November, I'm going to do 25, and in December, I'll be doing 30 minutes of movement. But I wanted to share this with you because there's still plenty of time left. We're technically not even a third of the way through the challenge yet. I have to say it is probably the only challenge I've ever stuck with. And whether it's because I have a beautiful tracker or it's just I'm finally in the right mindset, I'm not sure. But I wanted to give everybody the tools that I was using to do that. This is very, very helpful, and what I found best for me is that instead of marking all of them like the day after, some of them I actually mark the day of. So I get up in the morning, and obviously I am not doing so hot on that 5:40 a.m. What I end up doing is after I get up and do the things that like my morning routine, I'll come out, and if I get up, I'll color it in and put an X. But like, did I drink 3 bottles of water? I can't really put that in until the next morning, so I'll leave that blank. But a little trick I found halfway, kind of for the time I've been doing it, for the food, if I color it in, I'm so much more likely to stick with it. For the chips and also for my workout, I'll color it in because I know that that's the way I'm getting coffee, number 1. But it's just, that's been a little like mind trick maybe, that if I color it in before I do it, I'm more apt to do it. But some of them, like maybe I don't drink 3 bottles even though I know I should. So there's been a couple of